Ah.
The explosion followed by the explosion of all of the things loading.
Yeah.
It is struggling.
It is.
Good lordy.
More than normal.
I know. I think it's something to do with roll 20.
But
'Cause
we're
I
not
think-
even loading roll 20 right now.
Well, no, but is it open on the computer?
Yeah.
Then yeah, because when I opened roll 20, it slowed stuff down for my computer started slowing down. Not sure why. But hi, welcome to another episode of Awooters Does D&D. With me, your host, Ribbon Atlas, professional host, Ribbon Atlas. That's me now. You're welcome. Can you tell it's been a week? And it has been a week. Quick, throw somebody under the bus. M, where can people find you on the internet? Not being hit by buses.
You can find me at twitch.tv/mredfeather playing either horror spooky games, RPGs, or drawing. Because, I like to do all those things. And always listening to some good tunes for some chill and yet also chaotic vibes, if that's your thing.
Emerald
Yes.
And then Yagoki, because you were the first person who talked after me. Where can people find you?
Zip zap zap. Let's do it.
I can be found anywhere you can search up Yagoki Wolf. That would be here on Twitch, over on YouTube, on the TikTok, and the Instagrams. Various content throughout. I missed out on posting a hairdo yesterday for May the 4th. I am sad.
Damn.
Quick, zip zap zap somebody.
Foxy.
Hi, I'm Foxy. You can find me on twitch.tv/little_Foxy, where I also play spooky games. A lot of Phasmo recently. Maybe some IDV here and there. We'll see. I try to stream when I can. Hesky.
You can find me lurking usually in the Awooters Stream Team Discord, and if I'm not there, I'm usually lurking in someone's chat here on the Awooters Stream Team on Twitch. Zana.
I am Ms. Fifth, Ms._Fifth. All hail the underscore. I can be found occasionally streaming. Streams are coming back soon. Trademark.
We're getting her set up for some sewing streams.
Yes, and I can be found in the Discords and trying to beat everybody into submissions so that their productions are on time.
Where you zap zap to Russell? At least Russell.
Russell.
Hi, I'm Russell Hobber, and I almost died 5 minutes before the stream started, and you can find me alive at twitch.tv/RussellHobber.
That is all factual information. Nobody gonna zip. Fine, I'll zip.
Zip zap, Atlas Ribbon.
Guess I'll zip zap to myself, my own husband.
I just
I'm
did.
Atlas Ribbon, and you can find me at twitch.tv/AtlasRibbon, where I play a variety of things, and by a variety of things, I mean I play variety stuff on Wednesdays for Whittle Guy Wednesdays, but other than that, I'm playing mostly Identity. Enjoy that. And welcome to the 19th episode? Nobody tells Quiz. The 19th episode of Awooters Does D&D. No, Ribbon. I forgot. Wait.
Hello, Ribbon.
Previously on Awooters Does Killing Ribbon Atlas.
Ribbon Atlas one shot.
I'd like to one-shot him.
Hey, yo.
Previously, we finally got off a boat, and the crew found out that they were wanted. Wanted for supposedly burning down a village, and you know, possibly killing all the people in it. But that is, as we all know, is a lie and didn't happen. They're being trained. So the party kind of snuck their way out of the port town and stealthily, air quotes, made their way towards Drywood. And last episode we kind of left off abruptly because the stream crashed and it just made sense to end it there. But you had just passed a family on the road, and you were about to go over this hill, and supposedly, you should be within a pretty good distance of Drywood. Assumedly, you should be able to see it on the horizon once you make that. And that's where we're currently at.
Did we already pass the family?
I thought we were approaching the
thought-
family.
I
Yeah,
don't
we
think
were
we'd actually
approaching,
passed
yeah.
the family yet.
I think you were passing them on the road as the stream ended. Because we got to... The last thing that happened on the last stream was M had turned into a dog, but then I think halfway through that conversation, M forgot that M was a dog and started talking about how to make horse sign language, essentially, to the group.
I think that it was a
No.
reference to back when they were a horse, and that they
Yeah.
wanted to have previously established a nonverbal form of communication,
Correct.
Gotcha.
since you have to
Yeah.
whisper for message.
Mm-hmm.
But you had turned into a dog,
Right.
and you were getting ready to pass this family on the road.
Because pretty much what I was trying to do is I was trying to say, because during being a horse, I was like,
Mhm.
oh, I should have a conversation with Buns so that way we can establish a non-verbal communication. So that way in incidences like this, like, we have cues of like, I've noticed something good, I've noticed something bad, like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a matter of doing that and then basically but I guess either way, being a dog is kind of a lot easier because I'm pretty sure that they would get the message if I started bounding forward playfully versus hanging back and growling. So
Right,
like dog
100%.
communication is a lot easier to translate for people than I feel like some other animals. So yeah, pretty much what it would be is once I notice that it's a family and everything going by, I would literally start bounding forward, playing around like a, I don't know, dog playfully running down the road.
As you kind of do that, you notice that the child sitting in between the two adults kind of starts giggling and pointing and kind of, look, Mom, look at the puppy. Do you
I
think
would
that-
absolutely be
Introduce
hamming it up.
The kind of the dad who's kind of holding the reins is like, that's nice, sweetie, and kind of gives a nod to the rest of the group, that kind of dad nod that's like,
Just the half nod down, like
the,
Yeah.
like
not the
What's
half nod
up?
up, because the half nod up is what's up. We don't want to know
Yeah.
what's up.
Right.
The half nod down is just good day, and then you
it's
just
more
keep going.
of the it's more of that dad nod where he's just like
Acknowledging your existence.
acknowledging your existence, but also kind of apologizing for how like
Oh, so a half nod
Child's
down with a
little-
hand up, like
yeah, a little
God.
riled up about a dog, you know.
Hi.
we just
What news
nod back.
behind you?
Oh, as you guys are slowly passing, he kind of just says, not a lot of time to talk, but I mean, it's a city. It's busy as always. Extra busy, I think, a little recently, but not sure why.
Okay. Everything was all clear on the on your direction.
Oh, good. Ah, glad.
Can
hope
I
you have-
insight check his response? By
Yeah.
the way,
Yes, you can.
as I
Vibe check. Call it what it is.
Vibe check that.
my
guy.
my apologies, vibe check. I would
Oh,
like to
vibe
vibe
check.
check the man.
You may absolutely vibe check.
Where is my shit? Over here to the side, always up. Insight. Net 20.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go.
Money. Okay.
Heck
With
yeah.
your heightened dog vibe check abilities,
Love it.
you notice that he is sincerely being he's being sincerely kind and is not it's not so much lying to you, but there is an undertone of he's clearly in a hurry. He's in a rush to not be near the city is what you're that's the vibe you're picking.
Okay.
That's the dog vibe.
Got it. Sorry, while I yeet my cat because he's trying to eat my leftover food.
Typical cat behavior.
Mhm,
Mhm.
mhm.
Because he doesn't want my love and attention. No. He wants to come up here so he can lick the plate.
Yeah.
Totally.
So. Yeah, I guess I would just kind of like keep trotting along.
I mean, when is something not on fire in this place?
Yeah.
That is an accurate statement.
Very.
Do they look like they're noticeably like in a hurrying like manner?
Just kind of like looking at them, not like looking at them. They look like people traveling. If you're not really doing it's that you'd have to also kind of vibe check to really see that underlying tone.
Okay. May I vibe check?
Yeah, you can vibe check.
Okay. It's insight.
Yes.
Well, okay.
15.
Yeah.
You can kind of notice that similar sense of hurry, although not as you can't really discern if what type of why they're in a hurry, but you get a similar sense of they're in a rush without being able to discern why.
Okay. While we're passing, may I ask, you guys seem in a hurry.
Oh, well, a little one and traveling it's a lot on them. So we're just, we're trying to get through as possible.
Okay,
Makes
that makes
sense.
sense. Children are a little energetic.
They could be a
Have you
lot.
ever seen
Yeah.
a child?
M, you would recognize with your insight on this that is not the main truth. It is a truth. It's not the main truth. But they're starting to kind of pass you at this point because they're not stopping.
Gotcha.
Right. I don't see us stopping either, so.
Yeah, we have no reason to.
I'll probably do like a little bit of like a whine kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
In reaction to his response, but I'm also not necessarily going to stop.
Right.
Like, it's one of those things where, like, my reaction is kind of like a. Well, I guess. Never mind, because you guys wouldn't necessarily be able to determine that.
I mean, I
I'll
have
be the judge of that. Do I speak dog, babe?
Do I speak dog?
Dog.
We
I
are
don't
both
know.
druids.
Do you have? Well, you're not currently a dog.
Yeah, I
so
know.
You
You
have
have to
speak with
have-
animals?
No.
So then no.
Can Buns try to hide that she's casting a spell and just cast message?
That would be a sleight of. Just do it. Decent stealth. Yes. With a 20 something and a group of people that are actively passing you, yeah, you're pretty confident that they're not going to do this.
Okay. And Buns is gonna message M. What is it, Suo?
I was about to s-
So,
I
well,
think you're
can't
going to get an
respond.
orf back. So you get a bork
Yeah.
back.
Wow.
I'm bringing Borky back.
Bork?
He's probably gonna actually just, like, do one of those dog huffs.
I'm just imagining Ryder just.
Yeah.
Just a.
Yeah. The target, only the target hears the message. You can reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
Right. So you hear a the sound of a dog huff.
Just here very quietly.
Maybe a very tiny bork.
Oh,
Just like one of those like
Like the sounds a dog makes when they're sleep dreaming or whatever. And they're
No,
just
I
that
was
very
actually-
faint, like.
No, have you seen the videos of people who train their dogs to bark quietly? Like, and they're like, no, you have to
Yes.
whisper. That's what I'm
No.
thinking of.
Inside
Just a
voice.
little like
Inside voice.
Yeah, the inside
Uh-huh.
voice videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's kind of one of those, just like a little F.
I don't know what you're going to interpret from that, but that is what you hear.
So at this point, they've definitely passed you,
Okay.
and I mean, assumedly you can wait until they're a decent pace. Like they'll inevitably disappear on.
I mean, if we don't turn our head back and just talk, we'd be doing what they're probably doing,
Yeah.
aka talking behind our backs. 'Cause it's what people do. So have at me.
I'm probably going to run ahead.
Okay.
As they're
Like
passing. Hold on. As they're passing, Buns would like to manifest her spell book in among their thing.
Like in their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then she just kind of sits back. 'Cause she's not guiding the horse. She just kind of sits back, closes her eyes, and listens to what they're saying as we ride away.
So what you would hear is a lot of, "What's that one?" And a mom going, I think that's a daisy. I think. What's that one? It's a dandelion. Okay, but what's that? That's a squirrel. And that one? It's also a squirrel, honey. It's also a squirrel. And this just goes on.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
The parents aren't
Shows
saying
and stuff.
anything. Okay.
No. You would
Are we
also
there yet?
you would also assume that, to be fair, they're probably not going. If there was an issue, they're not going to talk about it out loud with their dog.
Right.
There.
So Suo, you run ahead.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much gonna be like, okay, so something's going on that he doesn't necessarily want to talk about. So I'm wondering if I can go ahead and like more or less kind of like still stay relatively close, like within at least like a general I don't know, like
Within eye shot, but far
yeah.
enough ahead to scout.
Yeah.
So, as you run ahead, you start running towards the top of this hill. You guys have been going at kind of a slant,
Right.
for a little while, and you kind of reach the top of this hill. And as you reach the top of the hill and kind of begin to see whatever's on the other side of this hill, the crest of the hill, you are met with something. It's a very magical. It's not. It's in ways it's very much like a regular big, like large city, until you realize that. So the city is surrounded by a wall, much like most large cities kind of are. You can see that you guys are going towards an entrance with a little bit, and around the entrance are like little like small camps, stalls, people waiting to get inside the city possibly, or just people set up outside the city, farm work kind of around the city. But the magic of this city is that above the city floats little like pockets of land, and they hover above this and towards the kind of a little off center from the middle of this city floats a rather large tall tower, and it kind of hovers above the city.
Huh.
That's where we need
So
to get. I bet.
when I get up at the
Well,
top of the
this
hill,
is
because I'm getting
2
there
scenes, not us.
before everybody else.
Oh.
And so I'm gonna get to the top of the hill, and if you guys can see me, you just see me stop, sit, and just
There.
like
Head
the head
there.
tilts.
Head tilt.
The full head
to
tilt.
each side.
Just like, what the fuck am I looking at?
It's like it looks like Suo sees something. We should probably hurry up.
Go at whatever speed the wagon's going at.
It takes you maybe like an extra minute to reach as you guys also start to crest that hill. Slowly, this sight becomes visible to everyone.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Mace is seeing none of this.
Nope.
Because he's still buried underneath everything.
Poor Maze.
So
Oh.
I got a question.
Yeah. What?
This is for the DM.
Yes.
Since I'm familiar with this area, is this new or has it always been this way?
You're not familiar with this area.
Okay, well then, this is new to me.
I was about to say, this is total.
You're from the opposite side of the continent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Although, we do have someone in the party who might be familiar with it before.
Ham, have you ever been here?
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Oh. I'm pretty wide traveled, but how do I know if I've been through this area?
I'm gonna say.
Is there a culinary reason I would have come here?
Other than the fact that it's a large city, this city, Drywood specifically specializes in. It's literally essentially the capital of magic goods. There's not much in terms of culinary stuff here. It's pretty much the same kind of culinary scene that you would find in any other large city. So it's not
Is
like you would have
this-
heard rumors of like magical food amazing things. It's the food scene here is very much similar to what you would have in any other large city like this. So it's kind of up to Hamhawk if Hamhawk bothered going here.
Probably not.
If
Seems
it
not safe for a kobold.
if it's the capital of magic, has Buns been here?
Depend. How
I'm
much time have
wondering.
you spent? How much time have you spent outside of the Bay?
Probably at least 50 years, maybe more.
I'd say that there's a chance you could have visited. It's not. It might be up to Buns. It is very much a city. There's not much in terms of like greenery or like the normal like kind of. It's not very Fey folk magic. It's more like very much it. If you
Academic.
if you could industrialize for the purposes of knowledge, that kind of magic. So not so much. It's not known for having very like pre-druidic style of magic. It's very much more like a giant town for magic if magic was an industry.
I feel like this would have been a place she would have at least come to check out while she's trying to learn more magic.
Okay. So you, in that case, if you were here, I would assume that you probably didn't get to experience much of it because there is very much, which you would know this as having visited before, there is a very prominent hierarchy here in terms of, there's a class. And if you don't have enough money, when, like, if you're not decently well off in terms of money or magic influence and stuff, you're very much only seeing maybe town.
Okay. So she probably showed up, managed to get in somehow, and then was like, nobody will teach me. Fuck this place. I'm out. So is the floating stuff normal?
The floating stuff is normal.
Okay.
And you probably couldn't get a lot of people to tell you a lot of things, but you would
Right.
at least recognize that the main floating object, kind of off center, that is where the high mage of the city kind of works.
That's who we're looking for, right?
Yes, that is who you're looking for.
Buns probably didn't get a chance to meet him or even see them.
Guaranteed not. It is very much a thing that is commonly known, and people aren't sure whether it's because of the area you were in. A lot of people assume that they don't see him because they're horror side of things, and that's probably more of like a higher nobility kind of thing to get to do is see him. It could be that, but you also heard whispers that he just genuinely doesn't interact with anyone.
Okay. How would Buns have gotten into the city?
So the only gate that would allow you to enter the city is what they refer to as they're referred to as Ashen. So you know that at least from what you've seen and how you approached the city previously, you've seen 2 gates, probably, well, 3 total. The Ashen Gates is in what they refer to as the Ashen District, which is where the people who are essentially can't afford to even live inside the city, they kind of congregate there. kind of the very it's the outskirts of city life where people can't afford to live in the city, but they're living close enough to the city to be able to experience the city. But they also are, from what you remember, they're not very well off. They live right outside of Low Town, which is essentially the slums inside the city. So they're the slums that can't afford to live in the slums.
Okay, and that was the gate that they had gone through. She had gone through.
Yes, and but recognizing this, and I'll go ahead and move it over. You can kind of all visualize it better, and you can see what we're looking at here.
Oh,
Ooh.
This is a map of Drywood. So you would have entered over here by the Ashen Gates,
mhm.
the Ashen District. You guys are currently approaching, though, what is referred to as the Black Gates. And you would have seen, you wouldn't recognize this gate so much because you, in your previous time, would have entered the northern side. So you would have seen what they also call the Green Gates, and they wouldn't let you in at the Green Gate. They redirected you to the Ashen Gates. So you're not really sure what the deal is between the gates that you're aware of, but you know that without a certain level of influence or money, your best bet of getting into the city of Drywood is the Ashen District.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and relay this that we're not gonna be able to get in through this gate. We're gonna need to go. We're
Well,
gonna
isn't
need
that
to
why
go.
we have papers?
We don't have papers for us to get in. We just have papers for the cart.
So I guess we got to go up through the Ashen Gate then.
Yeah, we should be able to get in there. That's where I got in before.
Okay. Also, we want to try our luck at the Black Gate.
Yeah, at least make the delivery, right?
So you're gonna, which gate are you gonna try?
We're gonna try it first. The black gate.
Okay. So that would be straight on ahead. It's also the gate closest where you currently are.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, as we're approaching the gate, do we notice any of the wanted posters or anything?
So once you kind of start getting towards maybe this like first kind of farming area here, you'll notice that there is at least one or two wanted posters in the area. And then you can also kind of tell, because the gate over here is rather large, there is a good chunk of guards, maybe 4 or 5 guards that are just standing here kind of checking people's papers, checking to see why they're entering the city, collecting the entry fee if they're paying the entry fee. You would notice that.
Right.
We need to find Cliff in the markets. Apparently, they're supposed to be hard to miss. If I remember what the captain was saying.
Are they in Drywood or are they outside of the gates? Because with that many guards, I don't know how or if we're going to be able to get in without being noticed to some extent.
You would also recognize that the pirate didn't give you, the captain didn't give you any information on where you could find Cliff, just that he would be in the market. He would be in the markets, and that he would be hard.
Right.
Do I know where the markets are?
So there are 3 markets. There's 2 markets, and then there's the air quotes markets. So the Ashen District on the outside of Drywood they technically sell stuff, but it's very much scams on scams on scams. When you enter through the Ashen District and you kind of go towards the center, where Lowtown and Hightown meet, there is one half of that market that is Lowtown market, and then the other half of that market is Hightown. But they're kind of the barrier between the two. So they kind of it's split down the middle there, and one half of the market is Lowtown market, one half is Hightown market.
All right. So I'm gonna guess that we need to redon our disguises. All of that.
Probably. Because, like, we haven't gotten real close to the gates, have we?
Not
You
yet.
are so at this point you are currently because you should be able to control these tokens. But obviously they're a bit larger because it's more of a general idea of where you're going to be at in the city.
Mm-hmm.
But currently you are right outside the first farm here.
Okay.
I don't think we're gonna be able to get through here. Maybe we should go to the Ashen District. But it's kind of a rough and tumble area, so we gotta be careful and we gotta try to hide.
Luna, why do you why do you wait until we're in the middle of things? Do your little wines.
I can go ahead and let them out while everybody gets ready. So I'll be right back.
Before we hit the gate, do we want to divert up to the Ashen District?
Is our cargo going to be at risk up there?
Is our what?
Not going to get robbed.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Like that's the poor people who can't even afford to live in the slums.
Are people going to complain if I have to kill poor people to protect our goods?
Are they?
I'm asking you guys.
I'm asking Atlas if I would know this.
I mean, you didn't kill anyone when you were here, so.
I don't know.
You probably also weren't carrying who knows how
Yeah.
much gold worth in goods.
Yeah.
Mhm. You also had the privilege of being a bit more discreet.
Yeah. Maybe. Maybe Russell can get the cart through this gate because he's not wanted like we are. And then we go through
We
the
still
Ashen
need to secure
District.
papers for him. What we need is a contact that can get us papers.
So, are you still a doctor?
Yeah, I have yet to change back.
So give me a perception check using the,
Doge stats.
your Doge stats.
Okay, hand back.
Uh, 18.
18. Okay. So as everybody's kind of having this conversation and trying what to do, you catch something out of the corner of your eye. It's up in the sky by one of the floating land masses, but it's like maybe hovering slightly over the side of black here. But there's a rather large, what looks like avian creature, and it's just you get the feeling that it's looking at all of you, that it's kind of staring at the group.
You're getting predator sense. And you're not the predator.
I'm gonna start whining while staring intently at this creature.
With Suo pointing it out-ish, Buns will look at Suo and then try to figure out what Suo is staring at.
Yeah, same
Uh,
here.
Kind of with her with her pointing it out to you, you can kind of, it's really hard to make out, and you can't tell anything other than it is some kind of avian creature. But from this distance, it is essentially just like a blur, so you can't really make out any features and stuff. But whatever it is, seems to be looking, or at least you think, and you get the feeling that it's looking almost directly at you.
And we don't have that bird.
Meanwhile, we still do have the two youngins with us, yes?
Yes.
Oh,
Young
right.
Bahamut and Young D.
So
Cool.
what are they,
Yeah,
what have they been doing this whole time?
So young Bahamut absolutely just passed out on top of the pile of scraps, and is like
So okay, so he's pushing down on me. Got it.
Obnoxious child snoring on top of the the stack, and then Denier at this point has probably just been like nose deep in a book, kind of sitting on the front bench of the thing, and just has like almost like legs crossed, hand on hand on chin, kind of resting, just like slowly turning through a page every once in a while of a book, he's kind of just like reserved that you guys know more about this. There's not much for him to add, considering that he has no idea what any of this is, or possibly if he might even be just dreaming at this point. So he is just going with the flow.
Have you ever been to Tribal Denier?
No. I don't even know what a dry wood is. I mean, I know what dry wood is, but I have no idea what the city is, why things float. I assume it's some kind of weird, either dream technology or magic that has yet to be invented, since this is supposed to be the future.
Okay.
Can
I thought I'd ask.
I look towards wherever it is that Suo's looking for, but looking at the building that this avian creature is next to, and see if it resembles the library at all that moves around?
Yeah, give me a perception.
I'm gonna trust you guys.
Okay. You can also you get advantage, because I'm gonna say Suo pointing it out gave you it's using the help app. Okay. There's no noticeable
Hey.
large library, but there is what looks to be, you can see kind of smoke billowing out next to it, and it's a little blurry, but it almost looks like there's like a cottage next to it on this floating.
So, like a small cottage style house next to what maybe is a blacksmith pillar of smoke producing building. The two buildings
hard
on this stone.
It's hard to tell if it's like a blacksmith thing or if it's just smoke from a chimney where like somebody has lit the fire to like cook or something. It's hard to discern exactly what might be causing, like the reason behind the smoke, because you are still like vastly far away from this floating rock.
Yeah, which is why I assumed that it was a significant quantity of smoke if I was able to notice it from this far out. So I assumed that it would be like a large flame, not just, a chimney. Because I might not be able to pick up that, is what I was thinking.
Give me a survival check so you can maybe discern something about it. Okay. With a 9, you're probably just gonna have to assume what you've already assumed, because you're not gonna be able to gather much else.
Okay. But yeah, it's just sitting there, staring at us.
He's staring at us.
Menacingly.
So yeah, maybe Russell goes in with Denier and Bahamut. Maybe Suo. And then Fladinsky, Ham, and I go to the Ashen District.
Denier gives a very light little.
Yes.
Am I allowed to point out maybe a flaw in that plan?
Sure.
That depends.
The flaw that I foresee with that plan is we won't know what happens to you when you go to the Ashen District, but you also won't know what we need to get in through the Black Gate here, because you yourself said you've never entered through the Black Gate.
Right.
So what if happens in a situation where one group gets in and the other one doesn't, and then the other... how would we go about
I have sending.
resolving that?
I have sending.
And then what happens if one group gets caught?
Hmm. Yeah, that would be bad. I mean, I still
I
have
think
sending.
it'd be better if we just all went to the Ashen Gate. We all
Okay.
have a better chance of getting in from that side. It's easier than trying to get anyone through the Black Gate.
You hear a very muffled mace from down below. There is someone who'd be sneaking in undetected here.
Yeah.
Possibly undetected. Depends on how good their security is. And it looks like it's very good.
Okay. So
Either way,
we'll
let's go ahead and not hold up any longer. It'll start to be suspicious if we're just hanging around. We should head
Okay.
over to the Ashen District.
So we'll go ahead and just start rumbling off road, I guess.
I would assume that there's a path around the town.
It's just not on the map because it's definitely a foot, kind of like a wagon made path, and not so much intentionally built. But you guys can easily kind of stroll up this way and come to this side of the
Okay.
Ashen District.
Okay.
And kind of as you approach this side, and you get to about where I've put the token currently, you already see a very drastic and noticeable difference in the quality of the area. It's no longer like lush farmland or open fields, and it's very much like dirty smoke coming out of falling apart like homes, if you could even call them that. Some of them just look like hobbled together shacks at most. People are wearing clothes with noticeable holes and tears in them. You can see people kind of like, some people are talking casually, very quietly, secretively, and some, you can kind of see some people further in that are just arguing over assumedly money or deals gone wrong. But it's very much different. Like
Buns is going to wake up Bahamut.
What? I was having a nap.
I know, but we need to look like guards.
You need to look like guard.
For this wagon. She points at Russell, Bahamut, Vladinsky, and Ham. You guys need to look like you're guarding the wagon. Dee, can you drive?
Sure, I could, I guess, drive.
And yeah, okay.
So what specifically are you asking?
Basically, Buns' idea is that if we look like a group, like if they look like they're guarding this wagon, we're not gonna look like such an easy target.
Okay.
Like a
so-
well guarded merchant wagon, maybe.
Yeah.
So you're not, but you're, are you asking Denier to look like or are you asking Bahamut to look like a guard? Because keeping in mind that Bahamut looks like a child.
Yeah, Buns knows better though.
Right,
So
but
you
no one else
are
would.
asking Bahamut to look like a child soldier,
Look like a tough. Like a tough
a
guy.
war crime.
Like he is. Yeah. Yeah. Buns is totally committing war crimes.
But
He
everyone
kind of,
complains when Ham does it.
he kind of hops up, and Mace, you feel this specifically as he carelessly just stomps on like the top layer of this stuff that you're hidden under, and he goes, "Okay, fine, I can do that. But quick question: I need some like yeses and nos here. If somebody attempts to actually do something, is it wrong to burn them alive?"
Yeah.
Try to use brute
Yes.
force. They are not worthy of your flames.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, it's okay to destroy them and make them feel pitiable and feeble underneath my immense and immeasurable
100%.
strength, but don't catch them on fire.
You can
Just use
punch
your
them into
fists.
you can punch them into oblivion. You hear muffled below him.
And don't stomp on Mace, please.
Oh, okay. He then plops aggressively onto the stack, once again pushing on Mace, but this time just sitting. And he goes, "Got it. No stepping on the iron gun."
Thank you.
Who is currently below you?
You're welcome.
Hmm.
I've heard people say that.
Buns just kind of pats Bahamut on the head.
There is a very audible sigh that comes from the cart.
Okay. Yeah. You look like you're like some well-to-do merchant or something. Kind of look the part already. And the rest of us will just be like, yeah, guards. You're
Oh.
hired help.
Gotcha. All right.
But I guess I'll be the one that does the talking because I've been here.
It's probably for the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that works for me. As long as I don't have to explain anything.
Nope.
Good. I actually have no idea.
Exactly. Just think of it as you're too good to talk to these people.
That feels bad, but okay.
They're not worth your time and knowledge.
Okay, guess that. Yeah, sure.
And-
I'll just.
It's just
do...
a role you're playing. You don't have to apply
Yeah.
it to your personality.
Or
Yeah.
you're just too scared to talk to people.
Or
I'll
that.
go with that one. That one
That
feels
works.
at least a little less offensive.
People are
Okay,
easily
yeah.
offended.
So as we're going through, can I just Buns just keeps her eyes open?
Yeah. So, everyone who is being a guard and looking out,
Yeah.
make a perception.
Perception?
Yes. To kind of see how to be vigilant as you enter.
My character's special too.
You enter.
Nice.
And then I suppose just to clarify, Mace is completely buried, right? Not his head, not just
Yes.
sticking up. Okay.
Mhm. Also, what is Suo doing?
Dog things, I guess.
Okay.
Casually licks your butt.
Are you going to attempt to be? Are you still cute dog? Or are you going to attempt to be like a little bit more gruff guard dog?
Well, I thought I essentially turned into like a husky Malamute, right?
You
It
did,
was
but
like a mastiff. It was like a mastiff thing, yeah.
But I was
Well, no,
referring
I
to
was
'cause
I
you were
was using the Mastiff.
sheep, but you were
Okay.
more of a husky.
Right.
But
My thing I was basically picturing being Mohican, right?
mhm,
Because he's a dope. But
yeah,
Mohican can also look really scary if you wanted to.
right. I guess what I was trying to
That's
say
fair.
is, are you? Because you were
Will
your
my demeanor
personality.
change?
Yes.
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 My demeanor absolutely will change from being like dopey, bouncing around, barking playfully, to like doing that thing where like dogs. Mohican does this thing where like he doesn't, his tail isn't all the way up. So, because when it's all the way up, it kind of curls, but he kind of relaxes his tail so it like almost like it uncurls, and then he like lowers his head a little bit and like looks around and he looks like a wolf.
Gotcha.
So I'd probably be doing that, but like
The
wolf.
rare occasion where he's possessing of more than a singular brain cell.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you also want to get perception, just no. As you kind of swap from that kind of walking across
Butter
grass,
dog. The dog with the
dirt,
butter. Butter
Oh
dog.
goodness.
but a dog.
But a dog.
As
Sorry,
you,
I don't know why I disconnected. My bad.
it's all good. As you kind of like swap from that dirt, man-made like walk path-ish, you start to hit old stone, very much like not well taken care of, kind of falling apart. But you kind of start to hear that, get that solid ground under you, um, and you kind of start to go enter this very suspicious kind of not you can it's visibly not safe here. um you keep getting side eyes and whispers, and some people are attempting to hide that they're very clearly talking about you, and other people are staring you down, almost trying to size you up. um Granted, a lot of you are already more intimidating than the regular folk. You also have kind of this more intimidating hound with you. So,
Panda dragon,
yeah.
little Drake.
Buns is going to use prestidigitation to just have fire in her hand.
Okay.
Just
So people are.
yeah.
You see some people who, for a moment, look like they're gonna attempt something before kind of really re-looking over the situation and backing off. Um,
They got
and
magic
you
breath.
and you kind of get to a very worn down looking uh, large wooden gate that Buns you would recognize as this is the entrance to Lotus. It's currently closed. There are two kind of like very dingy, not well taken care of. They've never polished their own for guards standing on either side of this rundown, kind of very water torn up desk, if you can even call it that. And there's a man who has both of his legs kind of propped up on the desk, leaning back in his chair with a hat over his head. His hat is noticeably nicer than everything else he's wearing, almost as if it's the one thing in his outfit.
I'm just imagining the sheriff from Robin Hood.
Same.
He's definitely on. He's not skinny. He's well built, but on the thinner side. Um, and he kind of just leans back, and as you approach, He, without taking the hat off of his face, he holds up a hand as like stop. He goes, "You got the right paperwork to enter the city."
We've got paperwork for the delivery. Yeah,
Got it.
it's
Got
for
it.
Cliff.
Got it. For Yusef, Cliff.
Yeah.
You see as he takes his legs and plops them down and leans forward, and he moves the hat to the top of his head, and you see these like they're almost piercingly like light, almost sky blue eyes that look directly at you. And he has this like it's once again a kind of thin but muscular face, and his hair is kind of like tied back so it's out of the way, and he leans forward and he goes, "You friends at Cliff, or you just delivery people?"
Just
Just
delivering.
deliver people.
Just making a delivery. Buns will go over and take the paperwork off the side of the wagon and take it over to the guard.
He reaches out. His hand is wearing a leather glove that also seems pretty well taken care of. And he reaches out and he grabs it from you and he looks at it. And you can see as he's like reading it over. Some parts. I'm sorry. Is this. He puts the paper on the table and he just kind of points to the signature at the bottom. You're doing a delivery for her.
Yeah, is that a problem?
Do you even know who you're delivering for?
No. Just got a job.
You
Not
don't.
our job to know.
Oh, that's good. Good.
If they're dangerous, I'd like to remain in the not know. It increases my chances of living.
Buns just points at Ham. What he said.
Gotcha. So you got metal, scrap, parts. That's all you got in there.
Buns will hop back over there, climb back up, and lift it up and just start lifting pieces of scrap as best she can. See?
Huh.
Trying to make it so that he doesn't have to get up.
You, what about your paper? That?
Well,
Provided it, that's why we're at this gate.
what
So I
papers do we
guess-
need to fill out?
See, over here, at fine old ashen gate, as you will, you don't really need it, right? You just need to convince me why I should let you through these rather large, heavy doors. Okay? So why should
Because if you don't, well, tell the person who sent us that it was you specifically who wouldn't let us through.
And how are you going to do that? Because you just told me that you don't know who they are.
I mean, we know of
We don't-
them. We got the delivery from them.
We don't know their reputation.
Just don't know
We're just
anything
paying
about them.
Mac a favor. Very simple.
So she favored, huh?
Sort
What
of.
favor is that?
Delivering this goods.
Yeah, but what? That's what you're paying. What'd she
Yeah.
do for you?
She got us across the lake.
And she charged you an entire delivery. For
Yeah.
the trip plus.
Well, delivery and money. We paid for the trip. And we're also making the delivery. Got us a discount on the trip.
Huh. But you're not lying to me, right? You wouldn't lie to me. I'm a pretty reasonable guy.
We're
I
pretty
don't lie.
reasonable people. Why would we lie? Buns just, granted, her eyes are the same color. She just looks at him. Does this look like a face that would lie? And she's doing her best innocent look.
Give me a performance. See how believable it is that you're in.
Can I, through my also just backing up her story with actual truths,
Yeah.
try to help
She's
with
not-
that?
You can give the help action.
There you go.
I will roll twice.
Ooh,
14's not bad though.
no, it's a solid roll.
Solid. I'm sorry.
Kind of gets up and he walks over. And he's about 10 feet away from you. He goes, how much time you spend acting cute and how much time you spend actually being cute?
100%. Yes.
I'm always cute.
If you're cute, so am I. Not been called cute before. So let's just cut to the chase. You're smuggling something in. I
Huh.
know it. You know it. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be here. So either I'm going to have my boy check through every item in this car, alright? Or you're going to offer something to me so that I can let you do this.
I can cook you a really mighty fine meal.
You can.
I'm not hungry. I want something sustainable. Something.
You're cutting in and out a little bit.
Yeah.
I want something sustainable. Something that can move me a bit forward. You know? You guys seem on the tough end.
Yeah.
What if I says I'll let you in, but you owes me a favor?
A favor?
Yeah, a favor.
What's the favor?
Is anyone gonna have to get harmed for this favor? That doesn't mean that I won't do it. I just need to know ahead of time if I have to sharpen blades.
Haven't figured out what the favor is yet. Well, I got stuff I probably need to get done.
I personally have no problem with this. Errands seems to be my thing of late.
Yeah, we do a lot of those. Sure.
Right.
What's your name?
My name's Rick.
Alright, write up Rick and IOU.
And Buns gets out her book, writes a description of Rick, puts his name, says that we owe Rick a favor.
All right. You guys enjoy your stay in Drywood, huh?
We will. Thank you,
Cliff.
Rick.
We'll
Yeah,
try
you
to,
You tell Cliff I said hi, huh?
Sure.
if we can find him.
You
Yeah.
also, if you do happen to make acquaintance with this lady that signed your paperwork, you let the red lady know that I haven't forgotten. She'll know. Open the doors. The two guys in the dingy armor kind of push the doors open with a loud.
Probably tell her now.
Nah. It's alright. Like I said, enjoy your stay. You too, pup. And he kind of gives Suo a look over.
Come on, girl.
I was like, I would not be necessarily paying attention to him at all. I'm gonna be
No,
like,
it's more of a he's paying it. He's making it obvious that he was paying attention to you.
hmm.
Seems cut and dry. So we go in.
As you guys get through and the doors start to creak closed, you kind of hear the familiar thud of his boots hitting the table, the creak of his chair leaning back, and he goes and kind of catch just the end of a sentence where he yells at you and he says, "Oh yeah, I forgot. Don't talk to the birds." And the doors shut.
Didn't plan on talking to no birds anyway. They're always just complaining that we're not birds.
Hey, all birds I know are pretty cool.
Most of the birds we know are not. So I guess it works out.
Okay, we just need to go straight ahead. Stay on the lookout though, because this is still the slums.
There's a pretty drastic jump in quality. It's still not a nice hood, but it's a little bit more. You're not so much worried that somebody is going to jump you out in the open. You still would be weary of like going down dark alleyways and stuff, but you're not gonna get robbed in plain daylight. At least not in a way. Not like you're more likely to get pickpocketed quietly than you are for somebody to cause a scene.
It's more of a nighttime activity.
Right. Buns is still gonna keep that fire going in her hand though. Just to continue being a deterrent.
Killing people is a deterrent.
As you kind of start to trudge through this low town district, making your way kind of on this main road, you can see that kind of strewn over the place, mixed in with some other wanted posters, are your guys' wanted.
I want to look at everyone else's. Does ours look really nice? How do our bounties compare?
Yeah.
You're definitely worth more than almost everyone on this, except for one.
Is it the captain?
No. Oddly
Is
enough,
the captain up here?
no.
Is it me for some chance?
It's not. There's one bounty that's higher than your party, and it's just a picture of a woman in what looks to be like just kind of plain everyday clothing with an apron. Her hair is like kind of curly, frizzy, as almost as if she hasn't taken care of it, and she looks kind. The even on the wanted post, this looks like a very kind, and it doesn't have a description of what this woman did, but her bounty is substantially higher than yours,
How much?
almost double.
Huh.
Double our
And-
cumulative or double any one of ours?
Double any one of them.
So 10,000.
Yes.
Damn.
All right. So where do we find
One-
this cliff?
Buns is gonna copy that sketch as best she can in her book.
Probably just take the poster. That's what lots of bounty people do.
You know, just
It
in
is
case
just-
you find them. Is it human, elf?
It looks like just a plain human woman.
Okay.
And then I believe, Pam, you said something.
I was asking where we can find Cliff.
We were told the markets, and it's just straight down this way. She
Yeah.
just points down the main road.
This market right in the dead center of town is at the end of the road that we're at. Because we approached, I assume, from this gate.
Yes.
Yes.
So we
We
just
need to
continue
go.
down this road, we'll hit this central
Yeah.
market.
Yep.
Around, like, that's the center of the market. Everything between kind of the words of Lowtown and Hightown, that's kind of this center is all market. So this is kind of low market area, and then this more open area is where you'll find the high market stuff.
Buns can only assume it's a smith of some sort. Can she try to listen for the sound of hammers on anvils and
You can give a perception.
try to figure out where maybe that would be?
Yeah, you can give a perception. It'll be a little bit more difficult because you are surrounded by.
Can I, while they're doing that, now that we're closer to being in town, look for the same floating rock as before and see if that bird is still hovering there? Because I thought in my brain that might have been a blacksmith.
So it would be almost impossible to see because you saw it over here is where it was floating, and you could have had a hard time seeing it from this spot right here. You're now all the way over this side of it, on float. So you are almost 3 times the distance away from where you saw the bird.
Okay, so it was actually on like the border of town, basically. I thought it was in
Yeah.
the center of town.
No, it kind of hovered above Blackgate. With a 19, you kind of have to like filter through a lot of sounds and loud conversations and stuff, but you kind of make out a little bit of like a ting, ting of hammer striking metal. Kind of it's on the opposite road of you in this
Okay.
spot.
Buns is gonna try to find a route that looks like it'll go in that direction.
There's the road that is.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. Yeah. She'll just kind of lead us down that way.
Okay. So you'll go right there.
Yeah.
You kind of. It's a little bit of like. It's taken care of as best it can. It's not super big. It's a very small blacksmith. And on the like sign, it just says Lowtown Black.
Okay. Buns will be like, Ham, why don't you come with me? Everybody wait with the wagon? I just don't want to go in by myself.
Sure.
Muhammad kind of looks down and he goes, "All right, but I didn't get to hurt anybody, and I'm a little disappointed."
Sorry.
You can hurt me.
It's not
You
worth
were
it.
very good at being scary looking, though.
I appreciate your pampering.
So
Go ahead.
Buns will go inside. Is this Cliff's place?
There's a little ding, and a woman behind the counter just like looks up and looks at you, gives you like a weird once over, and goes, "No, this Cliff wouldn't be." Oh my gosh! If you're talking about, you're referring to the Cliff?
Yeah?
He wouldn't be caught dead in Lowtown.
Oh.
God, no. That man is a famous designer. He would never be here. It's you very clearly must not be around here. Do you even know who
No.
Cliff is?
We just know that this is their name on our documentation and we have a delivery. This
Yeah.
is our first time at this town.
Got it. Yeah, Cliff would never be caught dead in Lowtown. But if you have a delivery for him, I'll mark it on them. I'll give you direct. She kind of tells you to go down the road, and gives you some direction, points towards the center of the market in this area, and she says, once you get to the more open part of the market where Hightown meets Lowtown, you'll find Cliff's store. It's almost physically impossible for you to miss.
All right. Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Buns will reach in. She's got like a silver, and she'll toss it to the person for their help. Thank you for your help.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get going.
Yep.
Alright. So you
And
guys
Bun-
kind of
Yeah, Buns will be like, okay, we gotta go into the center of market. Let's go.
Figured that's where we would have started, but here we are.
I thought
I
maybe the
keep
Smiths.
grumbling as we make our way over there.
I'll say it wasn't necessarily
May I?
pointed out where exactly we were supposed to go, so we're just kind of hitting up places.
Yeah, but I made an assumption that he was a smith. Apparently, he's a designer.
A pretty famous one, I guess.
Yeah.
If we
yeah.
can't miss them, so
as you guys start to make your way
Down 10
We're
up.
making our way.
There it is.
you kind of emerge into this large open central area, and it looks like there's a decent chunk of mid-class to high-class shops in this center. And as you kind of turn around, you see this large building kind of also taking up the center area, and it's just labeled Clifton Designs. And there's beautiful handmade, handcrafted jewels and things sewn on, dresses, suit, tie, just beautiful outfits in the display. And
Oh.
as you kind of take all of this in, the door opens and you see a very well-dressed man throw another man out into the middle of the market, kind of the central market area, and he looks down and he goes, "If you ever tell me."
Whoa.
I
Did they
haven't.
lose you too?
It didn't make the disconnect sound, and I was in here the whole time. I just stopped hearing.
That was weird.
yeah.
That was weird.
That's what Husky's been dealing with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
there, Husky?
Yeah, I should be.
Okay.
And he kind of walks out, and he's like, stands up very very good posture, and he fixes his glasses, and he just kind of looks down at this man, and he goes, "If you ever come into my store and tell me which color go with which outfit, and tell me that I have done something incorrect again, I will kill you. Understood?" And the man just kind of gets up and scrambles and just runs off. And you see as he straightens his tie and kind of dusts himself off. And then he looks and he spots the group and he goes, "Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I'm Cliff."
I already respect this dude.
We have a delivery for you.
Oh, is this the scrap and parts that I request?
Yes. Where can we unload?
Just bring it around to the back. I'll open the large doors, and if you don't mind helping me load it, I'll give you, what is like a gold each. Is that enough?
Yeah, let's get it around to the back. I'm gonna start moving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you may kind of get around to the back, he opens the large doors for loading in, and he kind of just goes, yes, any of these shelves empty will do. If you could just unload them here. I assume the madam sent you, correct?
Red and pear.
Yes.
Captain? Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay. Bring the cart in. And there's kind of a larger open middle place for bringing carts in and dropping them off.
Mhm.
and he just directs you to do that.
Okay.
As you all kind of get in, he kind of walks over and he just closes doors behind you, and he latches it. All right. What are you stowing?
The moment he latches the door, if I can hear that,
Mm-hmm.
I will start rustling underneath, trying to poke my head up.
We'd probably better uncover him.
Sorry. Let me rephrase that. Who are you stowing?
All of us.
All of us,
When that
technically.
happens, I do like dog chuffing.
I
Grit.
think we're safe.
I don't.
By this point,
We're still
Mace would
alive.
have partially uncovered himself.
Buns will start moving what she can and actually start putting stuff away for Cliff.
I'm also just working on unloading the cart one piece at a time.
I just
Oh,
I look at Cliff and just go, "Are we actually safe here?"
I would hope so. I'm currently looking at your metal man's head poking out of the pie. So, it's a little
Okay.
past questions, I think.
And as soon as his
Let's-
head gets loosened, oh, that was an experience.
So you're all stowaways. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The chubby dragon and the well-groomed. You're too well-groomed. You're very well.
The dog. Yeah.
Is it a dog?
She
They
just
don't
like
do too well with
it's-
that.
what's
Beating
the meme?
butt.
The face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll turn back into person form.
I had assumed that you were either a very fancy dog that was kidnapped recently, or you were not dischecked. Alright.
I mean,
Technically,
no,
and
yeah,
Buns
I
will
guess
point.
it's only been like since just over the hill, so not too far travel.
Buns will point at Dee, Bahamut, and Russell. They don't have the same problems we do.
I recognize that I don't recognize your faces. You all are worth a lot,
Yep.
but I'm
Yeah.
assuming. And he tilts his head and he kind of like gives everybody a look over and he goes, "Yeah, you didn't do it.
No.
No.
You don't look like the type. I mean," he kind of squints at Ham. "You look like you would do a lot of bad things, but I don't know that you would purposely burn down an entire."
It's only bad if you don't like the taste.
Ew. So anyway, I assume you've been framed by somebody rather high up. Oh, and
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a whole ass coat.
Yeah, it caused us to have to make this big detour. We weren't exactly heading here. We were,
No, we
but
were.
it complicated things.
Yeah.
Who was
I
it that
know.
we were actually here for?
We need to talk to.
The High Mage.
Yeah, we need to talk to the mage and a gladiator.
Well, one of those things would be easier to talk to than the.
We need help with containment on 2 fronts.
God. Well, let's start with the easier one. Why are we talking to a gladiator, and is it a specific?
It's pretty specific.
Yeah, it's kind of specific.
Ham legitimately does not know why we're talking to a gladiator. He's just going with it.
Am I wrong that it was a gladiator?
No, you are correct.
You're correct.
Okay.
Ham just wasn't paying attention.
I don't have it written down.
Why we're talking
Ooh.
to him?
What they look like, but I know we were told.
I would know it. I can't think off the top of my head.
So
But
you would
We
remember.
need
I know-
assistance putting something back in a bottle, as well as trying to fight off the gods themselves.
God,
Was that really it?
We mainly
That
came
was-
here to assist, and he like points at Lidinsky. He usually doesn't have this much skin.
It is amazing the speed with which you guys are able to lose people. Why can't we just be guys doing a job? Why can't we just walk in, have to get somebody some stuff, give them the stuff, and then go and be weird on our own? Why do we have to air our dirty laundry to everybody? Why do you guys even wear clothes?
You kind of see as he's stopped talking and he's just watching this happen with a little smirk on his face. I'm sorry, are you done?
Never, but go on.
No, he's not. Never done.
You guys are an amusing
Buns.
bunch.
Buns will describe the gladiator that they need to see. That they
Oh.
need to talk to.
Oh, yes. Of course. That one.
What
he's
is that?
here. Like here. He works.
Do you?
No. God. No. He works front desk. But what do you
What?
need with him exactly? Is he
Suo's just
punch
gonna be
cards
like-
for you? I
What?
don't know what you need with him, but whatever's happening to that one, this is going to be a good time.
Just like
Honestly, it could go either
hyperventilating.
way.
Buns just goes over and pats Suo's hip. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Seems like she's got the hots for like every other guy we meet. Sometimes I can never tell.
Every other
I
person.
It's-
Thank you very much.
mean,
It's
Percy might be a bit old for you.
Percy?
We can tell you stories.
We aren't as young as we look.
I'm 10. That's very old for a kobold.
Yes, it-
1,000 more like, but anyway.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
the
brag about
statement
being
still
old.
stands. It's very old for a kobold.
Yeah.
Most kobolds
Just a
died
lot
when they were
older.
6.
All right. All right, yeah, brag about your age. You don't see me bragging about how old I am. That's fine.
Would you
don't
like to
look
brag?
old.
I don't think he has to. He like
Buns
runs
is like
the city.
jumping, trying to get a piece up on a higher shelf, and she's like, "You don't look old."
Mace will
Thank you.
walk over, grab the piece, and put it up on the shelf she's trying to put it on.
I appreciate that I don't look old. I am still curious though. What do we need the gladiator for? I want to start with that one because that one I can solve rather quickly. The other one we might have to put a little effort into.
I look expectantly to everyone else. Why do we need another muscle man? We have so many already.
I just glare at
We
Suo.
I don't rightly recall why we need a gladiator, but we were specifically sent here to assist in recapturing false death.
Capturing false death, trapping life. Yep, because otherwise she's gonna just destroy the world.
Yeah, I'm
That
waiting
seems
for the part of his
very-
plan that
that-
involves the gladiator.
That seems very devastating and truly harmful for life on the entire continent and on the planet. And he takes
Yes.
a couple steps over and he leans down so that he's closer to Suo's face and he goes, "Now, terrified little one, what do you want?"
I was told by the gods that we needed him to help us. Also, he's her dad. Because Suo is too busy hyperventilating.
Oh, was
Just
that
over
the
here,
guy?
like-
Yeah.
Yes, that was this guy.
Thought your dad was a wizard.
No.
You see, if you weren't freaking out, you would have easily perceived almost a comically little, like, glint in his eyes when he heard the words, "He's her dad." And he stood straight up and he goes, "Oh, this is the best delivery I've ever received. This is going to be a good time."
We're glad this pleases you. Bud's shoving something else onto a shelf.
My
I'm,
favorite thing is to
Helping
know
lift up
everything.
Buns. If we work together, we can get almost 3 feet of height.
Cliff kind
Mace,
of
put
puts
that up there.
Cliff puts one hand gently on Suo's shoulder and he goes, "Do you need a minute before you meet Percy?"
She should be pretty good at this. This has been back to back for her for days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Mace, Mace has indeed started
Uh-huh.
helping with the unload process.
So you do need
So,
a minute? Is that what I'm hearing?
Head between your knees. Head between your knees.
And
Deep
kiss your
breaths.
butt goodbye.
And what?
And
Your
kiss
butt.
your butt goodbye.
He kind of stands up and he goes, "You look like you're confused before you meet him. Which is why I'm going to go get him right now because I wouldn't want to ruin this." And he just starts walking away.
How about we give the lady a minute, please?
Nah,
No,
she'll
thank
be
you.
fine.
Nah.
I
Nope.
grab him.
No,
You go to grab
Don't.
him, and it's almost weird. You could have swore that you were about to grab his arm, but you missed, but only by a little.
The hell?
don't.
Percy!
Do I
And the door
happen
flings
to
open.
Do I happen to notice this, miss?
Oh.
Well, you're putting things away, so probably.
He's
Probably
here.
No, we're working hard to earn our gold. I was promised a gold piece, and Ham is expecting a payout.
Yes. Buns goes over to Suo. Suo. Stand up straight.
You can kind of hear through the wall Cliff's voice loudly. "I've decided the shop is closed. Everybody out. I have things to do."
He's
Shoot
like, I
quickly."
have a show that's about to start.
I would
My
like to
dramas
find
are
out.
starting, and you guys are cutting into the time.
Okay, so you
Everyone-
just gotta stay calm.
Everyone should have the benefit of today's Heroes Feast because I have that made every morning. So it would have been made this morning before we, started the day's travel that got us to town.
Right. What is our extra?
What's our bonus health?
Yeah.
I have to roll dice.
Roll dice.
I think it's 2d10 for Heroes Feast. Let's see.
As you do that, you kind of hear the shop bell ding, and then you also hear it, "Yes, take the trinket. I don't care. Pay me later. You know I'll find you. Go."
You guys, she seems kind of scary as she's putting stuff away.
17.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Hell yeah. Then we initiate
Almost.
combat with Suo's dad.
I mean,
have
the
an
real
extra
benefit
17
of
hit
it is
points.
all the other stuff.
Advantage on wisdom?
Wisdom saving throws, yeah.
Suddenly, after the last door open and close, and there's a brief moment of silence before the door of the back room flings open, and a chair slides in, and Cliff walks in following the chair and just plops down and crosses his legs and goes, "I'm ready."
All right, does this look good? And I point to all the stuff that should be on the shelf by now.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Looks excellent. Looks amazing. Looks perfect. Nothing has ever looked more exciting in my entire life.
He's definitely looking at Suo when he's saying that.
Yeah.
Buds is
Hey,
over by Suo.
A
Cat,
little
your day is
voice,
about
like
to be ruined.
a voice kind of comes in through the back, and all you hear is somebody go, you requested me in the back. You said there was somebody that wanted to talk to me. And a rather like a man who's about no taller than like 5'8", scrawny with round glasses and short, scraggly blonde hair, walks in a suit that is as close to fitting him as possible, but it still looks a little too big. House.
You could just say Bruce Banner.
Or you could have just said it's Percy from Critical Role.
It's neither of those because he is significantly scrawnier and only 5'8".
So he's
Hmm.
lawyer.
And he has like a shaggy blonde.
Suo's gonna like actually that'll almost like kind of shock her out of her her like panic attack. And just she's just like, you are not at all what I was expecting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought you were a gladiator.
Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry if I don't meet the standard.
Buns looks at him, looks at Suo, and looks back.
I definitely see where she gets her timid nature from.
Yeah,
And it's certainly not her mother.
definitely. She gets her sass from her mom, though.
A lot of sass, yep.
I'm sorry. Cliff didn't explain what you all needed. Did you need help with something?
Say hello to your daughter, sir.
What?
Hey.
On
Buns
today's
just
episode,
does-
whose daughter is it anyway?
Buns just does the show right.
With
I was
prestidigitation
like-
for sparkles.
With prestidigitation sparkles right
Ta-da.
behind her. Ta-da!
Here it is.
Yeah, it's probably more like an episode of Jerry Springer, if we're gonna be real.
Daughter? I'm sorry. I don't have a daughter.
There we go.
So...
Couple hundred years back, maybe 1,000.
Yeah, is he human?
He looks human.
What was your mother's name again?
You know, that's a really good question.
God, I've got to open
Flip
up my
flap.
other notes.
I was like, I am not the note taker in this game.
Why is it always me?
Playing the wizard,
didn't feel
and
like
the
it this
wizard
time.
tends to.
I'll save us some time. It's Akane.
Akane?
Yeah.
Okay.
It means
does
Akane.
red.
does
Akane? Do you remember Akane?
ring any bells?
Ham is gonna go and sit down next to Cliff.
Oh yes. Oh, of course I remember Akane. I miss her dearly.
Yeah,
Mace will just
she
walk
had
over.
me.
Do
And
the
Mace
hair
will walk
thing.
over and kind of thump a hand on Suo's shoulder.
Do
Yep.
the hair thing.
Buns
Akane.
does the hair thing.
Oh yes, that's similar to the hair color she had. You do look like, but I didn't know that she was I didn't
Well,
know she was pregnant.
apparently, my mom did not tell. Cool. That, or you had your memory erased.
Possible.
There is quite a big gap in memory. Yeah.
Wow,
But
I
just
really
this-
was pulling that out of my ass, but okay.
I just assumed it was from. I hit my head a little.
You're a gladiator. You get hit in the head, I imagine.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Cliff goes, he's not just a gladiator. Percy is the gladiator. Number one
In the what?
City
In
You're
of
cutting in and out a bit.
sorry, he's number one in the city.
Just this city? Are there gladiators and other ones that compete?
Oh yes, gladiators come from all different major cities, smaller cities, towns, to challenge Percy. Percy has never lost.
Percy, you could get us a meeting with Frederick.
What?
Where's Frederick?
What do you need?
The
with-
leader of the Mage Tower.
Oh, right.
What do you?
So,
Also, I have lost once, Cliff. Please stop telling people that I've never lost.
you lost to Akane, didn't you?
She punched me through a wall.
Yeah,
does that
that's,
to a
there's
lot.
Yeah,
a
that
theme.
tracks.
There's a theme.
Oh, did you get that from her too?
Actually, yes.
Mace will take a step to the left.
Buns isn't afraid of Suo. So, okay, as to why we needed you and why we need to speak to Frederick, time is falling apart. And we need you and Frederick to help us fix stuff.
Speaking
Well,
of, what are our two baby gods back there doing this whole time?
Oh, just watching the show, probably.
Denier is absolutely both like simultaneously watching the stuff, what's going on, but also like taking a peek at every item in this area and kind of trying to like self-determine what they are and what they're used for. And
I also want to
Bahamut,
mention before you do what Bahamut's doing, when he asked whether or not I get the like punching into walls thing from my mom, my response was specifically, actually, yeah, I do. And I also punched an older version of that one into a wall.
Bahamut will kind of just sit up with a smaller piece of metal, kind of him just chewing on it, and he looks and he goes, "Future me wasn't me. I wouldn't let that happen."
Stop
You've
chewing
never
on that.
been
Put it
beat?
down.
Why?
You didn't buy it. You're in a town. You kind of have to follow their rules. It's complicated. Just put it down. It's easier that way.
That's dumb.
It is. I agree. But we can't help it. Humans are weird.
So, Kronos told me that time is falling apart. We had to find you. We got to find Frederick, who's leader of Mage Tower, to fix stuff. We need to retrap false death and create a prison for life, or the entire world's gonna fall apart and be reset because things aren't going the way life wants it to.
You kind of hear at first it's really soft, and then it slowly gets louder, and you see as Cliff kind of leans forward and starts holding his stomach as he bursts out into
Laughing.
uncontrollable laughter. And Percy goes, "Sorry, he died."
That's okay, I'm used to being laughed at.
And Cliff kind of wipes his eye and he goes, "No, I'm not laughing at you. Time falling apart. Stupid."
Kronos isn't stupid.
Oh,
a friend.
no, it's fine. I'm sure Kronos is very smart. It's just, it humors me that time is falling apart. As if it was the first time that time has ever fallen apart. That's, whew, sorry. That's good. I like that.
Buns tilts her head and walks over to Cliff. What do you mean? It's not the first time.
Oh, time falls apart and redoes itself. At least every 10 to 15,000 years, probably. It's a frequent thing.
What happens?
Well,
Who are
technically
you?
everything gets remade, or just is slightly different, depending on what gets changed. They're
Who
all.
are you?
Who am I? I'm Cliff.
Right, but you seem to know a whole lot more than a simple shopkeep.
Yeah. You don't scoff
Uh,
at the idea that the gods are real.
That's because I'm a god.
You're a god?
God, no. Ew. Disgusting. I would never be trapped behind a desk for days.
You don't see me
You're
trapped
like
behind
the
a
second
desk?
person that we've met that did that.
Did the what? You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like, they specifically wanted to be trapped behind a desk. So in some ways, the opposite.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Understood.
You don't
That's
see me trapped behind a desk, do you?
Well, I mean, you just got this job. You have to fix some things, and then they'll put you behind a desk.
Are you a god?
I can try. Yes.
Metaphorical desks are still desks. You technically, if you're a god, quote, you have something that you have dominion over, something you have to take care of.
Knowledge.
Uh-huh. And that comes with limitations. Because
Yeah.
you have to make sure that that's fine. Blah, blah, blah. I prefer no limitation. Hence why I don't do that.
Do I know of any creatures that are effectively immortal? Phenomenal cosmic powers? Itty bitty living space?
Not that you are aware of, other than God. But to be fair, you also weren't. You didn't know about the the other infinite library with all possibilities, and that person either.
True. How old are you?
Yes.
That
And
checks
he
out.
gives you a smile.
Buns just
Alright.
nods and returns the smile.
It's not nice to ask people how old they
I mean, you can ask me in return.
are. That's
I haven't been-
fine.
I haven't been a god very long.
You have time.
Yeah,
Just jumped in.
maybe.
Anyway,
Depends.
this is all rather interesting and fun. But, what do you need Percy for? I mean, don't get me wrong. Very strong guy. Strong genes, apparently. Punching people through walls runs in the family. Good for him. Great for that. That's all for today. And then you want to talk to Frederick.
Yeah. Leader of the Mage Tower. Apparently, they're the one who originally trapped False Death. So they might be able to fix the cage and help us get False Death back in there. And then build a new cage.
Well, we have the cage. We just need to know how to use it.
We have a cage for life.
Yeah, we just gotta figure out how to use it.
He points at Russell. That's how we use it.
So,
See, that's interesting. That I will help you with, because that is something new.
All right. Can I have my gold, by the way?
Yeah, sure. And he just hands everyone a piece of like one gold.
Vibe check on this guy. Vibe
I-
check on Cliff.
I'm gonna help with that one. Yeah.
Go
Can
ahead.
I
Or do
vibe
my
check
own
the
even.
gold?
Yeah.
You can vibe check the gold.
I'm gonna
Basically
ask him
check
where
to
he
see if it's
recommends getting fresh
counterfeit.
ingredients for dinner.
Yeah.
So you can do investigation on the gold.
May I also vibe check?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't care about his vibe. He gave me money.
Oh
I
god
want
damn it!
some.
That was almost a
Oh.
19.
Looks like real gold to me.
It does look like real gold to you. Also, Russell, you just what a guy. Am I right? What a guy.
Excuse me, Cliff.
Mason Buns. This man is so unbelievably just forward that you cannot, even having like rolled that high, in character you cannot perceive a single thing that this man would be lying to you about or any tells that he would be lying.
He's
For all
too
intents-
genuine for you to find disingenuousness.
For all intents and purposes, everything he has said to you up until this point, he has absolutely said with 100% honesty. Almost having this air of having zero reason or want to lie.
Okay. So yeah,
All right.
I don't 100% know why we need you, Percy. I was told we do.
Yes. Sorry.
And anything that you could provide that might assist us on our way would be appreciated as well.
And then we've got
So
to
you
talk
want
to Frederick.
You want to borrow my Percy? I guess that's doable. I could allow. Conversation with Frederick will be harder to do. He doesn't talk to almost anyone. That one I might have to put a little bit of thought into. Haven't had to do that in a while. I have many connections. That one has eluded.
It's true
But I
that
guess for the
he believes in the gods, right?
interesting idea that he believes in.
I suppose believing and understanding that they are real is two different things nowadays.
Oh no. Frederick has a vast understanding that gods exist. He just has a different belief system on whether or not they're gods or just people who have reached the peak of certain age.
I just know that the previous god of knowledge left everything to me.
Previous. Oh, the nerd. He came to my
Yeah.
shop one time.
Speaking of, do you have somewhere safe that we can keep him?
Keep the nerd.
Yeah.
That one and maybe that one too.
Yes, the one who
The hermit.
chewed on grass.
Yeah.
It's not that we don't
Mhm.
appreciate babysitting them, it's complicating things.
Yeah.
Things are complex enough for our small brains.
It makes my head hurt. And I'm used to complex stuff.
You kind of see a grin start to slowly slide across his face, and he goes, "Yeah, they can stay here. I'll take care of them."
That I didn't like that face.
Yeah.
Can I insight
I was
check
gonna
that
vibe
face?
check that.
I don't trust him, but I don't have a reason to say no. So I'm just like, cool.
Anybody
you
who
gonna-
wants to insight can.
What are
Okay.
you gonna do with them?
I'm going to do what every good honest shopkeep does. And I'm
Put them
going
to
to put them to work. Yes.
But they'll be free to go when they need to, right?
Do you want them safe? Because I thought the problem here was that they needed to be safe.
They do. But
They're
they might
free to go
be-
when we come to collect them.
Yes.
It's just like daycare.
That is fine.
Okay.
All
But
right.
until you return to collect them, I will take care of it.
Or Kronos. Kronos may
Um,
come for them because they're out of time.
Russell, everyone else is kind of unsure to make of what to make of that. With a 23, though, it was playful nefarious, not evil nefarious.
Buns is actually sits down and starts writing all of this out like a little contract.
Okay,
And
so
stipulates that one of us comes to get them or Kronos. And then she
Now to
signs it.
specify, is it you, or any you?
Any of us. Any one of
Any
us.
us from now moving forward for us personally.
So not
Buns fixes
any
that.
Anyone of the people in this room right
Don't
at
have a
this
past
moment.
version of us. Retrieve them.
So only this current timeline's versions of you are allowed to collect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What? I've written enough contracts. I know how this works.
I just like things to be clear. And Buns makes this, change to things.
see, this is why I don't like dealing with gods either.
Hey!
I'm just saying.
Just a baby god.
Well, I'm not referring to you. I'm referring to everybody else. Because you got Smiles over here putting children to work.
First of all, not a god.
I
So-
don't
Yeah,
think
but
You're
you
you're
act like
correct.
it, so.
That's offensive.
Here,
I think what you're referring to, actually, would Mason know about? Yeah, he would. I think what you're referring to, Russell, are devils
They're much the same.
and their contracts.
kind of an interdimensional planar being, aren't you?
Different sides of the same coin.
Yeah, this is all a lot of words.
That's I don't ask about your planar being.
Yeah, be considerate.
I'm from the Feywild.
That's great. You told me. I didn't ask them. Anyway, you can take Percy, I guess. Have a family outing or something. Don't punch him through a wall. Or do. He's fine.
Any spots of town you would suggest us not going to not get captured?
I think we've already been into the worst part of town, right?
In terms of getting captured, Lowtown is your safest bet. You know how many criminals hide in Lowtown? Blend right in.
All of them.
Well,
Was
all
this
of the ones on the posters.
was Cliff's shop here when I was here?
No.
How long have you been here?
Yes.
I mean, your shop wasn't here the last time I was here.
Mm-hmm. It moves.
Like the library.
Oh yeah, the library. Walker. Similarly, yes. A little bit more control over that one.
Yeah.
You might need to reconsider that. Anyway, so we're good to go. We've got them taken care of. We have the Percy. And now we need to get to the High Mage dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to assume you can contact any of us if you manage to get the audience.
Oh, yes. Don't have any concern. I will always know where you are, all time.
That is very refreshing because we've wound up in some weird other dimensional spaces.
Well, let
inside
me
of
tell
other
you.
dimensional spaces.
Let me tell you, tiny, small little kobold thing.
I'm a chef.
If anybody puts you into an interdimensional space while you are in my city, it'll be me. And if it's somebody else, I'll kill them.
I appreciate that. I'm getting tired of waking up in other dimensions.
I don't know if I don't like you or if I'm scared of you.
Anyway, I'm gonna go spend this gold on food, and I leave.
He points at
Buns will
Buns and he goes,
flick the
"That's how I keep it."
Buns will flip her gold to Ham. So you can get more food for us. I'm assuming it's for all of us.
I mean, if you want to split your gold between everybody.
How about you take your gold and go find a place to
A place to what?
stay?
Oh,
Well, yeah, we do need lodging.
That is
Yeah.
true.
Lowtown Inn. It's in between Green Gate and the shop.
Right, cool.
Bye, have fun. Something, something. Don't break Percy. I need him.
Before we head out, what kind of shop is this specifically?
Are you asking DM or are you asking Cliff?
DM.
There is a mixture of finely handcrafted clothing, but also little bits and bobs, like bob and trinket things.
Okay.
Fashion.
Head on out.
Yes, yes, bye. Have a good time. Enjoy Percy. Do whatever dads and daughters do. Like, go to the park or something and get out. And he just shoos everyone through the door. Bye. And you hear a ding as the door closes, and he turns around and immediately just starts saying stuff that you can't hear to the other two that were left.
I still don't trust him.
Percy kind of looks over at Sua and goes, "Am I supposed to? Am I supposed to take you to the park?"
I'm gonna guess that you stay in the shop.
Sua's gonna be like, no, I don't worry about it.
Also, he specifically told he sent Percy with you, so he's not supposed to be in the shop.
Right. Buns is asking if he normally stays at the shop.
Oh, like
To
when I
sleep.
work there. Oh no, I sleep at the Ring.
Oh.
Yeah,
Where's that?
oh, it's down the road straight through here. It's called the Citadel. It's
Oh.
where all the gladiators stay, and then also where the competitions happen.
We were told not to talk to any
What's that?
birds. Why?
Oh, because birds can't keep secrets.
Tracks.
Yeah. All the birds in this town, well, not all of them. Some of them are regular birds. But it is a town filled with a majority of magic users, so you can never truly trust a bird.
So,
I
I
don't know
really
which ones are
thought,
familiars and not.
out of character, I really thought your response was going to be like, oh, it's because the birds aren't real. They're just machines created by the government so that way they can spy on everyone.
Well,
No, no,
the
no.
problem is that
These-
some of the birds are real, but other ones are government spies.
Yeah,
Right,
not
like,
all the birds
so,
here
like-
work for the bourgeoisie.
But most of them do.
Probably. And you'll never know the difference.
Buns is going to describe that island that we saw floating by the Black Gate and ask what that is.
I don't know what you're talking about. Nobody lives on any of the islands. Nobody resides on any of them. I mean, obviously, except for the large tower.
Yeah, no, this one had like a little cottage.
That would be impossible. I mean,
The rocks are floating. Don't talk to me about impossible.
that's normal for around here, to be fair. But it's impossible because it is all those stones and little islands and things are monitored constantly for us. Nobody's allowed to live on.
And then Buns will describe the bird that was seen on it.
Can't say anything about that. I mean, I've never seen an abnormally large bird around here or sitting on any of the rocks.
From this little square, if Mace looks to the Black Gate, is it visible? Is it still obscured by all the buildings?
It would be hard to see because the road that leads to the Black Gate curves a bit. So from where you're standing, your view would be blocked by houses and shops, essentially.
So we'll be making our way towards Green Gate.
Yeah, so the opposite
Wandering.
because
Yeah.
between Greengate and Lowtown is supposed to be Lowtown Inn.
Yeah.
So like somewhere around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna start
Oop.
making your way back that way?
Yeah, probably. You know,
Okay.
walking and talking.
Every once in a while, Percy looks at Suo and he looks like he's about to say something, and then he goes,
What?
"Nothing, sorry." How?
Look,
No, I shouldn't. Okay.
say it. Coward.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. You know, I'm so sorry.
Stop apologizing.
I'm
And
sorry
just say what
about
say what
the apologies.
say what's
That
on
is
your
the
mind.
appropriate response.
Oh, no. I'm sorry to make you. I apologize.
Is your daughter gonna have to punch you through a wall?
Hopefully not. I apologize. I'm sorry if you want to. I mean, if you want to, it's fine. I don't know how this relationship works. I've never had a daughter.
You guys complicate things. You could have just been a part of a clutch. Community living is the way it goes.
So it's just gonna be like, I never had a dad, so like,
And look at how great you turned out. No parents, just an upbringing.
thumbs
the
up in
wild.
trauma.
Oh, your mom didn't take care of you?
Met
Good.
her like what, 4 days ago? 5 days ago? No, it was longer than that.
Oh,
Within the last
Couple
couple
weeks
weeks
ago.
Jeez, is this how I lived this long and only thought it was 10 years?
who took care of you?
Wolves.
Do
When
I
I look at
remember?
it.
What was it? Was that it? Is that what we said?
I'm
Uh,
trying to lie, and I'm looking at him, convincing him that it was wolves.
That might be the answer, if I'm gonna be honest.
I don't
Hold on.
know if you wrote it down or I don't know if
We
it's
had
written
a conversation about this, but I
Right.
can't remember do you spell gladiator?
With a G.
GLAD. Glad I ate the ore.
I don't know how to spell gladiator either.
My God.
We're both frantically trying to think of keywords to search our DMs.
I already tried suo, it didn't work.
You know, it's got like 2 things. Let's try mom.
Problem is, it might be so old that
It's been like archived or something.
something. The thing is, I don't remember having a conversation about your parents.
We did. Because
I just don't remember it, is the thing.
I remember having the conversation about it because we were talking about I think you had me do like rolling on the generator thing on like what happened with my parents.
Yeah, I remember that.
Did you maybe mention the book that chart came from?
Not off the top of my head, but let's do this to make this simplified a bit. Suo, roll an intelligence check to see how much you remember about who raised you.
You've had to question reality a lot recently.
Just a flat intelligence.
History, if it adds anything.
Nope, but I'm gonna use history anyway.
It feels better.
19? Okay.
Of course, the one time rolling low would actually be beneficial.
So
I
here's
want to
here's-
say that we were joking about how she was raised by wolves. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, so here's my thing. Here's what I'm gonna ask. Do you want to be raised by wolves? Or do you want the DM creative liberties option?
Can you DM me the creative liberties option real quick?
No.
There you go. DM'd you.
We can do that.
Okay. So you would have a hard time remembering exactly who raised you. You have a recollection of always having what you needed and that somebody took care of you, but you've never been able to specifically remember who they were.
And I will essentially translate that. I will be like, I don't really know.
Oh, well, whoever it was, I guess they did a good job. I'm sorry, am I supposed to give you, like, money? I don't know what to do here.
You're doing it. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's working. And I pick up pace to go and find lodging and then food.
As you kind of make your way through, you come up to kind of a not well taken care of a little bit. It kind of blends in with all the other things around here, but it's just a bit larger of a building, and it's just called. It has a sign that says Lowtown Inn. It's not very well taken care of, but it is also in the lower end district. So.
Well, I guess this is a place to stay. I guess get a room. Ham, you can go look for food.
Cam doesn't need a room. He just spends all his nights looking for food.
Yeah. So I guess we go inside.
Okay. As you walk in, there's not a lot of people here. The fire is lit, and you enter, and there's just a woman, a very young woman. Couldn't be any. She looks to be in her early 20s. Um, and she kind of just like sitting leaned back against the counter, like newspaper in hand, chewing on what you can only assume is gum, and she's just chewing paper up, and she goes, "If you're looking for the Hightown Inn, this is not the Hightown Inn. This is the Lowtown Inn. Surprised that you got lost. If you need directions to the Hightown Inn, you go outside and you start walking until you see a rich-looking guy, and then you ask him."
No, we're looking for the Lowtown Inn. Please give us a room. Maybe 5.
Much as a room.
Somebody's actually looking for the Lowtown Inn. Fuck, I gotta work. She closes it and she sets the paper down on the counter and she looks over at you and she looks directly at Ham. She was the first one talking and she goes, "All right. See why you're looking for the Lowtown Inn. All right."
I am low to the ground.
Yeah, that's what I meant for sure. All right. You need how many rooms?
How
I
much are
turn
they?
around and attempt to count the people.
How much are they? Depends on how nice you want your room to be. At your low end, it's about 2 to 3 copper, probably. And that's if you're okay with maybe waking up with a rat in your bed.
No,
Sustenance.
I'm not okay with that.
Yeah,
The
Mace
nicer,
pipes up. You would say that.
I think there's 6 of us.
the
Six,
nicer
7 with
rooms
Percy.
without the nicer rooms without the rats, they'll run you a silver probably. I don't know. Not a lot of people come into here
Then how do
See
you stay
why?
afloat?
because nobody wants to buy it either.
That's a good business model.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I think that we'll take the nice rooms if you've got 6 of them.
We
Me
got
and the Drake
3
will have
nice
our own
rooms.
space.
Got 3 nice rooms. 3 not nice rooms.
I'll take a not that nice room.
All right. So who's taking nice? Who's taking not nice?
Mason and I can share a room. You can stay with us too if you want to, Sue.
That sounds good to me.
Percy goes, I don't need a room. Like I said, I stay at
Yeah.
So that's 3 of you. Where is Vlad and Russell's? Are they staying in a nice room or a not so nice room?
We can probably
I'll
start
I'll
with
take
Vlad.
one of the not so nice rooms.
All right. Oh, Russell got up without saying anything. We will, until further notice, put Russell in a not so nice room.
What he
So
gets
anybody
for
who is
walking
staying in
away.
anybody who's staying in a not so nice room that's 5 copper. Anybody staying in a nice room deducts 1 silver. But you're sharing a room, so that will be 1 silver for 1 room.
Yeah, Mace will put the silver to the nice lady.
Thank you so much for your patronage. Breakfast is whenever it is.
I
What
can
about
cook
dinner?
breakfast.
Dinner is around. Do you have a clock on you? Got like a time device or something on you?
No, I usually go by where the sun is in the sky.
Uh-huh. So it'll probably be around whenever the sun is in the sky at the point where dinner time.
All right, cool.
Great.
If you want, I can cook that too.
Do what you want. I don't recommend cooking here. Do what you want. Is there anything else I can get you? Information,
Uh, I need
little
change.
soaps.
Where would we maybe find a blacksmith of some repute? I know this is Lowtown.
Define repute.
Their goods are not going to fall apart in your hand after one use.
Do you care if it's the care that it might not be clean?
Cleanliness is subject to interpretation.
If you want high quality stuff that is gonna last you, you don't care that it ain't the cleanest in the world. Lowtown Blacksmith is probably better than Hightown Blacksmith. Hightown Blacksmith is more it's more for the look.
Wait,
Function over fashion is definitely a perk.
yeah.
Then you definitely gonna want Lowtown Blacksmith.
I think that's where I asked directions. I remember where they're at.
You would remember that they were like there,
Yeah.
and you are currently great.
Yeah. We just go down to the next street, down that street, and then it'll be right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, whatever they said, that's probably correct. Uh, is there anything else I can do for you?
Do our rooms lock?
They have lock, technically.
Are they locked?
No, current.
Can we have the keys?
Yeah, you can have the keys. And she kind of like crouches down behind the desk, and then she pops her head back up, and she drops a couple chains and a like a almost like a deadbolt latch, but with a keyhole in the front. And then she's like, there's those. And then she just drops a ring of keys on the counter, and she goes, some of these keys work, some of them don't. You'll have to kind of figure that out.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that helpful?
Sure.
Kind of.
We'll go with yes. Thank you.
Good, good, good. Glad. Always remember, rate us high or don't rate us at all. All right. Get out of my face. And she picks up the paper and leans back and starts reading again.
Before we turn in, I would like to, and Mace turns to Buns, and so before we turn in, I would like to pay that blacksmith a visit.
Okay.
Uh, okay, so who all is going with Mace to the blacksmith, and who all is staying in the town?
I'm gonna cook food in the tavern, but I'm gonna go get some ingredients from Lowtown and then come back to the tavern.
All right, so Ham will go get food, so we'll do that in a second. What is Husky? What is Vlad?
I'm just gonna stay at the tavern there.
Okay. What is Buns doing?
Buns is gonna Go with Mace, of course.
Okay, and Russell.
With
Uh,
that late insight check. What?
Do up.
Anyway,
What are you gonna do, Russ?
I guess I'll go with Mason Buns to the blacksmith for extra protection.
What's
Okay.
Suo gonna do?
Go to sleep. She's exhausted.
Mace hands the keys over to Suo. I suppose you can take the time to figure out which one is ours.
Oh,
And
did you need help with that, or what do I
Wait.
do in this situation?
You're gonna come with us because I still have questions to ask you.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay. Uh, have a nice night, daughter. I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna grill your dad, okay? Okay. Have good
Alright.
sleep.
You know, I really thought she was gonna punch me through a wall.
Did her
What-
mom do that?
Yeah, more than once.
Would you like to be punched through a wall?
No,
Okay.
I feel bad for the wall.
Okay.
How did you become such a good gladiator?
Why would I what?
How did you become such a good gladiator?
Oh, I was just good at it, and you know, I had I had to fill my time somehow. Yeah, I needed, you know, some form of income, and they said that I could, you know, they said that they'd give me a room if I did it, and I was like, I mean, I like rooms and having, I don't want to bother, and like if I went and rented from somewhere, they might like, I might be a bother, so I decided to do the gladiator thing, and then I guess
Do you apologize to people every time you hit them?
outside of the ring, yeah,
Inside of the ring?
no, that's it's,
Do you like apologize after the match?
it depends on if they're awake or not, I guess.
Do you kill people in the ring?
No, I don't think I've ever killed anyone in the ring. It's a very safe sport, despite what everybody thinks.
Have you ever had to fight a god?
Have I
and
ever
all of this is happening while we're on the way to the blacksmith.
Uh-huh.
have I ever had to fight a god?
I'll let you
Does
find that
Suo's
one.
mom count? Because
Yes.
we did, yes, then yes.
Did you beat her?
No, not, no. I couldn't, I felt bad.
Was it a part of the courting ritual?
Oh, she asked me, I didn't ask her.
That tracks.
Buns is seriously trying to figure out what the hell Suo's mom saw in this guy.
I'm also incredibly baffled how a man of your demeanor could get someone like Suo's mom and also be a gladiator.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what that means, but I'm sorry if I offended you.
You
Mace
didn't.
takes one look at Mace takes one look at Russell. We both know how he is. One of the best gladiators. We have the same. We have similar abilities, I would imagine.
You guys eat a lot of vegetables too?
I don't necessarily eat.
Oh,
Oh shit!
then
we
I
shouldn't
don't know
say
what you're
so,
referring
Mace.
to.
We really
I
shouldn't.
have my cloak. It's covering the tail.
And the head.
The hood's up.
Okay. Have you ever? Okay, aside from Suo's mom, do you know if you've ever met a god?
No, I mean, if I did, I didn't know.
How about you
Is
tell?
that offensive to them? Have I offended somebody? Do I need to apologize?
No.
No.
Well,
Oh,
you can say you've met two gods now,
oh.
because technically I'm a god. I don't
Did
want
I,
to be.
did I offend you by not knowing?
No.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, most people don't even know that the gods are real.
Oh. I wouldn't want to not believe in them. Because if they are real, that would hurt their feelings. So I think I made a good choice.
Nah, that's a good choice. Some gods can be kind of fickle.
Gotcha.
People can be right bitches, like life.
Oh. Okay.
So if we asked you to help us fight a god, would you?
I don't know. I have work, and Cliff. I guess that's it's a little up to Cliff. Then I also have to compete, and but I did just find out that I had a daughter, and I don't know if I'm so. She doesn't seem like she still needs to be raised, but like I don't know where that starts and stops.
It never truly does.
I think
Oh,
you
okay.
just need to be her friend to start with.
At
Got
this
it.
point, that would probably be your best bet.
How long? Wait.
What?
I figure
We got an error on the.
But we're still live. That's weird.
is it an error, a pop-up error with your OBS? Do not
Yeah, the
click
stream.
OK.
Yeah, no, the stream's still going.
Do not click
Yeah.
OK.
It says an error caused Streamlabs desktop to close. And it
Do
says
not
yes
push
or
OK.
no.
Do not push
Do-
OK. Just leave it
do
alone.
not push
Not going
anything.
to. Stop yelling at
We are
me.
still live.
Don't push
I'm gonna reach through
anything.
this
I've seen
freaking
it happen.
microphone and punch you. Stop yelling at me.
Yeah.
We're not yelling. Okay.
It's okay. Percy apologizes.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna alt tab it and just see what's happening on Streamlabs.
So, you guys are having this conversation as you're walking there. You kind of, it's not too far away, so you easily make it to Lowtown Blacks.
Which was the place that Buns had popped into.
Yes.
Okay.
And looking around, do I see a warhammer maybe on the wall or a shield?
So, you enter.
Still running in the
And,
background.
There's a lot of general stuff, like very, like a lot of the basic gear that you would find, and then there's like a little sign on the wall that says, "Don't see what you want, request or ring the bell," and there's a little bell.
Who was that directed at?
Mace.
Okay.
Mace.
So,
But you're not really gonna see a warhammer because it's a little bit above the basic kind of set of gear.
okay. But I do see some like basic round shields or
Yeah, there's like
okay.
there is very much like your what most people would refer to as basic adventuring gear.
Mhm.
But there's nothing above like the basics up front here in the shop.
Okay. So I will ring the bell.
Okay, so you hear a little ding, and then you hear some mumbling, some whispers, and then you hear I got it, God, and then the door slams behind the counter, and you hear some footsteps, and then you hear as a little boy kind of sits up and stands on a stool, and he goes, "Welcome to Lowtown Blacksmith. My name is Ben. How can I help you?"
I'm looking for something with a little more heft than some of the bludgeoning instruments out here. Uh, you happen to have anything matching that description? Maybe a warhammer?
A little bit more hammer. He puts a hand on his chin, and he kind of tucks back some of his light brown hair, kind of tucks behind, and you can see that he's like an elf of some kind. And he just kind of stands there, and he's like, "You're a pretty big guy. Probably about this much weight. Like that's we don't have anything that's gonna actually fit what you're currently working with, but like we do custom orders that will probably work better for you because anything we give you is gonna probably feel like I don't know, like a hammer. So you'd have to order it.
How long and how much?
What quality hammer are you looking for? Talking about the basics or something a little above basic?
Let's start with the basic and see if I'm intrigued enough to ask higher.
Basic will probably take about 2 to 3 days. And maybe 7, 8 gold for the height and width and stuff you need. No, sorry, silver. I always get them mixed up.
Buns presses her gold piece into Mace's hand.
And what do you mean a bit beyond basic? Are we talking enchanted or are we just talking
Shut up!
We're talking dogs.
Apparently,
Apparently.
we've
We're
upset the
talking
dogs of the
barking
shop.
hammers. When you swing them, they bark. He looks at you and he goes, "Depends on what kind of fancy hammer you want. You got like a scroll you want to put in it? Got like what you want it to do?"
Well, returning would be nice, but merely a +1 would suffice.
+1 hammer, but returning would be no.
Either a basic enchant or something I throw it, it comes back to my hand.
He kind of like looks down and then he looks at you and he goes, "You could do a +1 with return. That's like a step above basic, I guess."
And how much would that be and how long?
Gold piece, probably. That'd probably take 3 days. The enchanting process, not the long part, the forging process is. I can normally get the enchantment done in like half a day, but I have schoolwork to do too, so we say a whole.
I'd like to insight check this kid.
Yeah, same.
Go for it.
Up.
we
Mace
inciting?
for sure is just like, wow, that kid is being so honest and forthcoming. I think. If you're there, you can roll it.
Okay. I was kind of in character, just kind of looking around because he's not so much interested in blacksmithing stuff, but he's just browsing.
Okay. 23, well, 13 and a 20, or 13, you're pretty sure that he's being honest. And a 23, there's no sign that he is lying. That he is just genuinely telling you what he can do.
So, are you a little new to the blacksmithing business?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm not a boy. So I guess I'm new to the black. I don't make things. My dad makes things.
Okay.
Well,
Whatever you say, bud.
if you can definitely guarantee me that hammer within 3 days, I think we'll be in town that long.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, the way we do business here is you put half down to reserve, and then the other half when you pick up.
Mace puts 5 silver on the table.
Thanks. That's a nice book you got. And he looks at Buns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you an enchanter too?
I'm a mage.
Mm. They're similar, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'll see you in 3 days. Dad'll start working on it tomorrow.
And then Mace turns to Russell. Hey, your weapon holding up for you? You wanna maybe look at something?
Russ looks at his hands and he's like, "No, they're doing pretty good."
Yeah, no, that tracks. I should have figured that response. All right. See you around, kid. We'll be
Yeah,
back.
whatever.
Nice
Percy
doing
just
business with
says-
you.
Percy says, "Bye, Ben. I hope you do good at school." He goes, "Thanks, Percy. I'll see you when you do your regular round." And he crawls down and he goes back, and you hear the door open, and he goes, "Dad, I need you to make a warhammer. The measurements are," and the door slams closed.
Sir, are they?
Beautiful.
They're not going to cheat us, right?
Percy looks over. Oh God, no, no. Actually, you're pretty lucky. You got Ben. Ben's the best enchanter in the city.
Yeah, the child seems very happy to do business.
Buns
It's
just
like-
kind of blinks. The kid does the enchanting?
Oh yeah, Ben does all the enchanting for this place.
Huh.
Like
Wouldn't
I said,
expect it.
best in the city.
We're talking Low Town, right?
Yeah.
We're talking.
We are in Lowtown, yeah.
No, we're talking Drywood.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No.
No, Percy.
No,
It's
you
just
didn't.
hard to believe that a kid could do the enchanting.
Let alone
Oh.
be subjected to working here versus the upper echelon of the city. If his work is
Oh.
that good.
Jack. No, they chose to work in Root.
I suppose
why-
that it speaks volumes for the hierarchy of the city.
Rich people are really hard to work with, and they normally want stuff for the wrong reason. They also viewed Ben as inferior because of his age, so they only ever they viewed Ben as part of the product and not person. Whereas in Lowtown, even if you're scum, you're a person.
So Hightown's a little high and mighty, right?
Yeah. It's not really.
Very,
Hmm.
very nice when I came here. I couldn't get any. I couldn't talk to anybody because I didn't know anybody, and I couldn't. I didn't have any money.
Yeah. Hightown runs on money. Money and entertainment.